Assalamualaikum guys, welcome to another Dragon Ball Fighter character breakdown. This time breaking down the character of Janemba, the recently popular anchor that everybody's been talking about. Whether he's really good or not, we'll break him down and try to answer that question. So we'll go through the usual template that we follow with character breakdown of first going to the specials, then button and blockstring, neutral, and then assay. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. So starting with specials, Janemba has five specials in total. 4 of them are available. 4 of them you can do both in the air and the ground. The first special will be the quarter circle forward attack button, that is the demonic blade. The demonic blade is of course available in both air and ground. It's one of like Janemba's beam like that, and it has a really good range. But it's one hit only, with the like variants, the light, the medium, and the heavy. You'll get varying ranges. The light reaching the shortest but the fastest, up close is 15 frames. The medium the slowest with the 19 frames, and EX being the best of both worlds with being 16 frames, a frame slower than the light one burst. But it reaches full screen actually. With the new buff, it now reaches full screen because Janemba steps a bit forward. The light version does not go full screen as expected. The medium version does go full screen now because he also steps forward. You can do something like this. This is like very popular, but of course if they keep walking backward, then it might miss, like for example like that, because they are effectively going out of like full screen, as you can see. So because like they are like moving out of full screen, therefore like if an opponent is moving, then you will not be able to like get it. But there is a easy solution to that. You can just use the key blast to make them come a bit forward, and then you can just even do it with medium. You don't even need to use the EX version for that, so something like this. So this is one viable option. Of course the same thing applies as well as in the air, with it being the shortest. Then the speed, I think there is the same. I think their application is the same, say 19 frames. So yeah, the air variants of the demonic slash actually do not reach full screen. None of them reach full screen, but they have a really good hitbox. As you can see, even the light one still has a really good range. As you can see, it reaches from over here, like almost 70% of the screen. Yeah, 70% of the screen does the light variant. Then the medium variant goes a bit forward, moves from a bit far, but still manage them to catch off guard. So like this, like it goes from 80%. If you start from 80% of the screen and like close to 90% of the screen, actually 90% of the screen, and then you can still hit them because like Janemba moves forward with it. EX version, of course, the same thing applies as well, but it has a like less travel distance, but it's much more faster from both full screen and stuff. So yeah, as you can see, so like the EX and the medium variant reach really far, because the EX variant travels a little bit less. You can use it on junction with key blast, stuff like that, to catch super dashes early and get combo routes as well. So the medium one gives you a like short wall bounce that you can only convert in the corner. You can get an easy combo in the corner, but the half a bar one, the EX variant, does give you enough of a wall bounce to convert even in mid screen and anywhere in the screen, to be honest. This actually applies both for the air variant as well as the ground variant. So yeah, that'll be all for the demonic blade. To the next special, the quarter circle back attack button. This is the mystic arm. This move particularly has been really buffed. This is now on par with Broly and like base School's command grab, because everybody fears this command grab now because it's much more faster and therefore much harder to react with. Plus it has a really good, it always boasted a really good range. So paired with all of that, this is now a really formidable move. The first is the light variant. As you can see, it actually reaches round start. So from round start position, you've got a command break that's 21 frames, and it gives you sliding. Not the startup is 20 frames up close, and as you can see, 23 or 21 frames up close. Yeah, and it will give you a sliding knockdown. You cannot convert anything. I mean, there is no conversion of this. Then there's the medium grab, which also has the same amount of travel, but it's much more slower. It's 27 frames. You can actually vanish confirm of this. The medium variant actually reaches like, I think about more than 60%. What the, like, how does a command grab reach 60% of the screen? Oh my god, bro. Okay, so like it reaches 60% of the screen, as you can see, but I don't know why. You can actually vanish confirm. You'll get a smash after that. So yeah, and in the corner you just simply press jab and into a side auto with the down medium, air JM, And yeah, so this is a really good command grab, not the fastest, but not the fastest in the Janemba's arsenal, but really good considering its range and everything. Then onto the last one, the EX command grab. This is the this is you know EX moves. They're the best of both worlds. You also get a really good bounce. So yeah, you can convert from anywhere on the screen. It reaches, I think, the same as, oh my god, wait, doesn't it further? It reaches the same as the medium. So yeah, it reaches just a bit more further. I think he's the only character that got this thing, and like it's also very fast to boot with. So yeah, it's a really good arsenal to it's a really good thing to like keep them on the ground and like keep your guessing game strong. That will be the grand variant of the quarter circle back variant. I mean quarter circle back attack button variant. The air ground variant. The air variant of the quarter circle back attack button is the Hell's Gate or the Hell Gate. This is what Janemba throws out of his mouth, and you can then on command explode it. So this move, I'm not sure how fast it starts up because there is no like attack startup. So I think some of the Twitter users or the like main Janemba users can like tell you like how fast it starts up. But it starts up fast enough so that you don't get caught while doing it during super dashes or something. The light and medium are the slowest one. The EX variant is actually the fastest. As you can see, it recovers really early. What do you call that? The light and medium one are really slow. They're like you can get caught. They can definitely punish you. As you can see, like it's really slow. So you are at -52 disadvantage. So it's like very slow. The medium variant also is same. They are both like very slow, but they persist in a bit. They act in a bit different. As you can see, the projectile speed is a bit different for this. For like medium and what do you call that? Medium and light, and also they like travel different distances. As you can see, it will bounce I think one and then explode on its own. I did not explode at a command, but the medium does that. And EX is the fastest with you like recovering really fast, fast enough to actually combo as well, and it also bounces 3 times. As you can see as well, it's like really fast. So like you recover really fast after the EX move, and so like it opened up a lot of Janemba combo route. People really love it now, to be honest. So also during the summon you can actually choose like how high do you want to go, but just by holding up a bit high. Like as you can see, this is the orb actually remained high there, but if you just simply do it, then it'll go downward as you can see. But if you hold up button, then the orb summon will be up in the air, and there are some other combo routes due to that, like the delaying it into game, then slash into you know the Janemba route, right? And something like that. This applies. So yeah, as you can see, this also applies to all of the variants. But I'd say EX variant is the most likely case you're gonna use, or if you use it like during a specific combo structure that you can do for Janemba. Like for example, use the medium slash. As I was saying, use the medium slash into a combo like this. Then you can use use it into a midi setup like this. So it's a good enough user, I guess, in neutral. Well, you can just do 1 kill blast, then summon an EX Hellgate to escape the recovery of the air key blast, because that's honestly atrocious. Yeah, so its users are most likely to sound something like this. It's also got a real good block stun. So the block stun is around 24 frames. So like a beam, almost like a beam block stun, since you can run up. Oh, actually the EX variant actually has a little bit more block stun, 33 frames. So yeah, then you can just continue pressure. Actually, it's like calling an assist, but like with recovery. Yeah, that'll do it for the Hell's Gate. So on to the next special, the most identifiable Janemba trait ever, the quarter circle forward special button, the Phantom Shift. The Phantom Shift. This is the thing you identify Janemba with, where it just goes into blocks and then teleports into some place on the screen, or like that move, you know what I'm talking about. The Lego block teleportation, that shit was so cool. And yeah, so you can do it with quarter circle forward special, or quarter circle forward back, quarter circle forward back special, and you can choose any direction. Also you can do it twice now by pressing S immediately after teleporting again. So teleport, yeah. So if you press a direction and then S again, or the special button again, then you'll get a double teleport. You can choose where you want to be. For example, quarter cycle forward, holding down forward, you'll actually not go the full distance. But if you just do the quarter cycle forward motion, then you'll go behind the enemy from the starting position. Of course, it doesn't go reach full speed, so it has a maximum range limit. But you can definitely decrease the limit. You can decrease the limit like that, and this allows you to do the 50-50 that Janemba is praised for. The quarter cycle back forward will take you back. Of course, with that you can do this thing as well, where you do not go the full distance. Quarter cycle forward and holding down will keep you in the same position. And you get the point. Like, you can do it quarter cycle forward upward, quarter cycle forward vertically upward, then quarter cycle forward then backward. You can do quarter cycle forward then hold back, and you'll also go back. It's actually 4 frames. That means you can actually escape people's jabs after a vanish, for example, like this. As you can see, you can escape vanish. You can escape vanish pressure, provided that you don't get baited. As you can see, you still keep your air dash after teleporting. That was all that wasted effort just to show you that you can still air dash. And yeah, that's it for the Phantom Shift. God damn it. Onto the projectile counter that Janemba possesses is the dimensional shift. You can definitely do it in the air and in the ground as well. That's a pretty cool shit, not gonna lie. Yeah, so basically you can counter every projectile in the game plus any other assist, because I think every assist is now treated as a projectile in the game. So if they like call assist, you can counter it and you'll get a really good block stun, 30 frames of block stun. You can definitely do it in the air. You actually retain your air dash after that as well. As you can see, you retain your air dash as well, so you can definitely pressure while even if you counter it in the air. As I also said, it is also a projectile invulnerable. I mean, it's a projectile counter basically, so any type of projectile from key blast to beams, you can definitely counter it, and meanwhile you'll also remain safe. As you can see, Janemba retains armor as well, so like they actually get punished if they like commit too much and like do not block or like do not reflect. So the best option to actually do is to reflect after getting countered, Janemba's counter. As you can see, this is not a physical counter, so you'll get hit. Do not abuse this counter. It's not an abuse, it's more of a react tool. Also, it does not counter a super dash as well. Yeah, so that will do it for his specials. So onto the buttons and Blockstrings section for Janemba's I'd say weakest point is probably the buttons and frame data, because he doesn't have a lot of like good frame data options. I mean good buttons and good frame data, but he does have like a lot of like other options to make up for that. At least now he has that option to make up for that. So yeah, we'll go with it first. The most notable button is the crouching jab, which does not hit low, but it is a 7 frame and it is 0 on block, like Goku Black and other characters like that. He also received this change since his crouching like does not hit low. He still gets a 0 frame, like a 6M level of frame advantage, or like frame disadvantage, however you want to see it. So yeah, then there is this jab, which is 3 frames, like this is standard. The LL is actually -8, which is unsafe, but they'll have to challenge immediately. The auto combustion causes up on block, so if you do not actually side switch, it is not a command grab, just to be clear. It's just a cross up. You just have to block the other way, and you're done. You can cancel definitely after that, so to keep yourself safe. Then comes this medium buttons. The down medium is actually 11 frames, like Goku Black, so it's pretty fast. It's got decent range as well. Okay, well, round start is the highest distance for this, and it's -11 frames, so it's definitely unsafe. And then there is medium button, which is like -5. This is actually the safe button. You can actually get dash up or like block in time after that. So Janemba is I think the only character I know that doesn't really have like a option or method to like reduce his negative frames by like space it. No matter how much he space it, he never gets like a lower negative frame, and like he's always stuck with the negative frame he's been given. As you can see, like -5, it's from max range, and he still doesn't like his -5 still didn't like decrease. But it's like, I don't know, I think Janemba is I think the only character that I know of like that's this hard to get even 1 frame off from his like buttons. Other characters you can do it pretty easily to like lessen their negative frames, like Gogeta Blue for example. Then there is heavy button, which is actually a really good button because it reaches really far. It's actually -11 on block or -12 on block, and it is 17 frames, so like it does not you cannot actually include it in your true block string, but it has a really good range, and so you can definitely use it for your keep away game or to catch people off guard like this. Also another thing of note, the LL, it actually also does the Bardock like thing where you can like where you can bring the opponent down in like a vacuum. I think the highest range is probably a jump. Yeah, it has actually a really slender hitbox, so like it's really hard to hit people when they're jumping. See, as you can see, like even though like you saw the tail actually go through Vegeta, but the hitbox is really slender, so it's really hard to catch people like you do with Bardock or something. It has actually, the hitbox is very slender, and the first jab is nothing to write home about. So like it won't really help you catch them in the air. Like it's really hard to like do that. Then is this down heavy, which is a really horizontally vertical button. It actually catches a super jump. It actually reaches super jump height, which is pretty cool. It reaches to the maximum height of super jump, which I don't think any 2H actually reaches. But you can definitely just cancel and then keep yourself a bit plus as well, because they're blocking in the air. And you could just teleport and like get yourself some more plus frames or like mixes as well. There is his jump normals, which are actually pretty damn good. Like he has one of the better jump light and medium in the game. They are pretty far reaching as well. A lot of mixes actually come from this, as you can see. It's pretty good. So this is also pretty easy to catch super dash off with. The jump medium also has a really good range as well. The jump heavy is, I'd say, the worst button of Janemba. Like I really hate this button because it needs a lot of discipline. Remember that Janemba has this problem, and so like you have to take extra care to not use this button ever, because you're just inviting trouble for yourself, because nothing good comes out of using that button. But really good neat buff that he got is actually air 2H, which is now an air invincible attack. So basically an air DP or any type of aerial movement or aerial attacks can be like thwarted using jump heavy, and like you can also use to counter super dash in the air, or literally 2H super dash in the air. So that's a pretty neat thing. As you can see, since it's like anti-air, and no matter how late you do it, you'll always get a full confirm. I think you can also negate Broly's like air command grab, but since it's Broly, you know, we can always see some bullshit from him, cause why not? As you can see, cause why not? But you can still punish them if you just time it a bit correctly. It feels actually kind of good, not gonna lie, to do that. To hell with you, bro. What the hell? Holy freaking shit. Oh my god, this character is stupid. That is stupid. That is actually stupid. What the hell? Why does he have copper? Why does he have armor on this? Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. What? Excuse me, what? What is that? I'm not doing a Broly breakdown with Janemba. Oh my god. Okay, just ignore that, please. And then there is a special button, the the jumping down medium, which will on hit give you a sliding knockdown if you have smashes left. I mean, like the 2 smashes that you have usually. If you have those 2 left, then you can get it. Otherwise, you will get a soft knockdown. Also, it has a really peculiar property. For example, if either you or your opponent is not in the screen, then the jump down medium actually will not track. Like usually it tracks. So if you like for a floating opponent, if you're both in the screen, then it will track, and then the opponent has to block it or not, depending on them. But if either you or your opponent is off the screen or like not visible on the screen, then the jump down medium will not track, and it will actually lose you. Janemba is also one of the starters that is like a little bit like weak on the stagger department. Even though I guess these 2 buttons are really good, and like you can do this for eternity, but like it doesn't really take you anywhere. The second hit of the light is also not that good, considering it's -8. People who know that will challenge you immediately if you give them the chance. So your most likely stagger is going to be something like that, because this is safe, and then you can backdash or re-engage again, or just go for a cross up, something like that. You can also this link into this is actually not true, because like the jumping, because the standing medium is actually 13 frames on block, 13 frames on block. So I mean 13 frames a startup, so like it's a slow one, so like you have to do light into medium for that to be a true string, or actually go for the down medium after light, something like that. So considering all of this, he has a lot of gaps which your opponent might like DP or like reversal through using level 3s or something. So it gets a bit risky to stagger with Janemba, since his Blockstrings are so full of holes. As you can see, like something like this is actually not true. I mean true, like that is true. Then, but this is untrue on block. Then he also does not. He has reflect proof string that will just include his heavy. So there are some options. They cannot just engage you like that. But you definitely have the threat of like the command grab, which actually reaches so far, and so that you can mitigate the holes, if the holes he possesses in his Blockstring. So something like that is also reflect proof. And even if they did try to reflect, you can always just command grab them from far, because like his command grab reaches so far. So there are like options to mitigate through his lack of like proper airtight Blockstrings. But like for example, going into this will immediately put you back into the action and make sure that you're also not getting hit by reversal at the same time. But as soon as you do the medium, the reversal there, so like there is no escape from that. So you have to be a bit careful on how you stagger standing medium. Then you can use the jumping light for like instant cross ups, which is like the preferred version for cross ups. People go for this version more than the jumping medium one, because it's just faster. Because his jumping medium is 11 frames, most characters have 9 frames. It's a bit on the slower side. So to make it much less reactable, people go for the jumping light overhead into the EX slash like this to like get a full confirm. So here are going to be some blockchain ideas. Onto Janemba's neutral. Janemba's neutral is one of the more like, I feel like it's not that good, but people say it's good. But like it is good, but it has some like major flaws. I feel like this can be explained, but those are now addressed. A lot of them are now addressed a bit, but I still think like his neutral is a bit on the hit or miss side, and you have to be like a lot more reactive and like active with his neutral than like other characters have to be. So first of all, the notable thing is that Janemba's key blast is a pretty interesting key blast. If you just hold the like special button, then he will start from the left diagonal corner, start from there, then come out in order. But you can use the directions to like actually control from where the key blast starts from. For example, if you hold from like down back, then it will come from down back, down forward, same like that. Forward, then forward. If you hold forward and S, forward and special button, then that. So there are a lot of like, and then if you do crouching special, will actually make you airborne. Not a really good option to be honest, and it has a lot of recovery as well. For example, for with crouching medium, you can also do that as well. For example, do something like that. For example, there is a really good trick to like catch people like while they're super jumping. Like for example, just holding down back, you press S twice to like keep get them back to the ground again. Then like jail them using your slash or call an assist for that. Like he has a lot of like options like that. So but you have to be a lot more crafty about it. And the other problem is that like in the ground you still 2H people if they like try to super dash. Like if they get hit by it, then you can cancel the super dash or like EX slash immediately. But in the air, that is not much more like simple. For example, like your only option is to bet on like the EX slash or like preemptive teleports or the EX health gate immediately just to mitigate the negative frames that Janemba air special has. Like on reaction, it is impossible to like EX slash super dash on command because it's too slow. The move is not fast enough to like snuff out a super dash. There is no way to do it on reaction. You have to do it a bit more preemptively, but since that move reaches like a lot of distance, it's like not that much of a great deal. As you can see, like on reaction it's impossible to like snuff out a super dash, but preemptively you can definitely. Other option is to like mitigate the negative frames that Janemba has of his air special by immediately going out into Hell's Gate and then be able to block. The other option is to just teleport out on reaction. That is the only reactable option I'd say Janemba has in terms of special. That is the only safe option that Janemba has, to teleport out of like a super dash way, because teleport is pretty fast. It's like as fast as a vanish. So this is the, I'd say, only reactable option to escape super dash and not let them catch you. The other option is to actually do the super. The super is pretty fast, so, and it's like it has a bit of invincibility frame. It's not invincible on startup. Like if you are a bit too late with it, if you're a bit too late with it, then as you can see, there's a counter there because I did the super. It doesn't have a like invincibility from the start. It has invincibility after it started. So if you react to it, then it's possible. But if you are a bit late with it, then you will get counter hit. So like it's not the what do you call that, foolproof option, to be honest, like the teleport. But you do also have another option left, which is like level 3, which is like no matter how late you do that, you are always safe with that. This is another option that you have, like Broly, like for example like Broly. So yeah, that will be neutral. A special section for Janemba, because Janemba has a like sort of mix in the corner that's not like conventional, and it's a really good mix. So this is gonna be a bit of a mix section for him, the level 3 mix. With that you got the spacing. Now if you now you have the ability to choose whether you stay in front or whether you go back. Onto Janemba's assist. Janemba has a like really good selection of assists, especially his A assist, which has been buffed tremendously. His A assist is like the key blast that he has. He now fires 4 key blasts and it starts up pretty damn fast. I mean, actually not that fast. I think it's 35 frames. Yeah, 35 frames on startup. Just I think 6 frames slower than a beam. It also tracks, so that's a pretty good advantage that you'll be eating with. But the tracking can definitely be thwarted. It's not the best tracking in the world. And since it's a key blast acid, it does have a like lot of block stun, 50 frames of block stun. But since it's a key blast, they can definitely reflect it in between your block stun, block strings and like stuff, because it's a key blast assist and you can reflect key blast on command. Anything after a key blast that comes after a key blast that can be reflected. So like if you get caught by Janemba's volley of key blast, you can reflect the others, not get caught in the huge amount of block stun that Janemba A gives you. So it's a pretty good assist, and like it also gives you a little bit of a ground bounce as well on hit. So like you have a bit of ease in converting. So like it sends you down a bit. It's not the greatest in the world, to be honest, or something like that. You can convert pretty easily with this, and yeah, that will do for the A assist. That's the best assist, to be honest. Then is his B assist. It's a demonic blade, basically his light slash. This is actually a pretty fast assist, 25 frames on startup, and has the same amount of block strength as a beam, like 29 frames. So this is basically your super dash plus assist. Since this assist is pretty fast and has a good hitbox, you can easily convert off of it. It has like 65 frames to convert. It's a really good combo assist, as well as like decent enough block stun assist, since like it goes really far. It does not go full screen. It's like the light slash, so I'd say somewhere from about here. So this is the max range that the assist comes from. Assist comes right behind you. I mean, so basically there is a really good chance that it can be thwarted. It can be hit during its activation. This is a really good combo action assist, plus like players who like to play fast, I'd say this will also help with the playstyle as well. So yeah, that will do for that assist. Onto the C assist. This is only a horizontal tracking C assist, not a vertical one, but it is basically the Janemba's second hit of the light auto combo and like the heavy slash. So it's basically block stun assist with 55 frames of block stun. So like it's a really good block stun assist, and people really like it for its block stun. Plus, because it's a tracking assist and and it's a second hit of the combo, you can definitely catch jumping opponents. Jumping opponents can be caught due to it being the second hit of the auto combo. Yeah, so that is definitely one of the more useful properties of the assist. The fact that you can definitely catch people while they're landing or jumping, because it's the second hit of the light auto combo. So because of that, it's kind of really highly valued. This assist basically uses Janemba's two of the better Janemba buttons for its assist. You know the cooldown, you know how it works, and blocks and frames. So if it suits your playstyle, definitely go for it. So with that out of the way, that will conclude Janemba's character breakdown video. Hopefully you guys learned something from it, and hopefully it improves your Janemba gameplay and helps you pick up the character much more easily. So now enjoy the combo section for Janemba. He's a pretty solid character in my opinion, and pretty fun to play with. It's one of the more unique characters in the game. So yeah, enjoy the combo section, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, I'll take a week off after this video. I want a bit of time off. So with that out of the way, Allah Hafiz, Assalamu alaikum. See you after a week.
This next one's gonna wipe you off the